Like a League Two player, Roy Keane's harsh criticism of Erling Haaland following Man City's draw from Arsenal as the Manchester United icon carries on an ongoing beef. The legendary Norwegian attacker Erling Haaland's playing style, skill set, and potential have been the focus of considerable discussion and examination. Explore this discussion and see how Haaland's skill set differs from that of a League Two player. Before moving forward, let me announce that there will be a PSN card to give away in the video. Yeah, you heard it right, so make sure to watch till the end. Even at such a young age, Haaland has already made a name for himself as one of the most prolific goal scorers in European football, drawing interest from elite teams throughout the globe. Though some have questioned if Haaland plays more like a League Two player than a football superstar, there has been discussion about this. Erling Haaland's performance in Sunday's 0-0 draw between Manchester City and Arsenal likely left Manchester United icon Roy Keane unimpressed. Roy Keane said on Sky Sports, "The levels of his general play so poor."
The levels of his general play is so poor.
Not just today, I think he's laying stuff off. Headers, whatever it might be, in front of goal, he's the best in the world.
And not just today, I think his general is laying stuff off, living headers or whatever it might be. In terms of front of goal, he's best in the world.
But for his general play for such a player, it is so poor.
But for his general play for such a player, it is so poor.
He has to improve that. He's almost like a League Two player.
He has to improve that. He's almost like a League Two player.
That's how I look at him. His general play has to improve, and it will do over the next few years.
That's the way I look at him. His general play has to improve, and it will do over the next few years.
Is Haaland's general play really so bad? Well, it's time to confront the obvious. Is he really that bad of a player from League Two? Number 1, finishing. Let's be clear about this. It is evident from the 236 club goals and 288 appearances, including 81 and 88 for City alone. Haaland's primary skill is finishing, but he does have his human moments. That missed attempt against United a few weeks ago from only 2 yards out still sticks in his mind. Number 2, physical attributes. Haaland has completed just 13 dribbles in all competitions this season, which is one more than the rapidly declining 34-year-old Ciro Immobile. Despite his lightning-fast speed, Haaland struggles to move with the ball at his feet. Regarding Haaland's poor ball-holding abilities, Keane was also right on. Only 22 of his playoffs have been effective in all tournaments, and in comparison, Romelu Lukaku, frequently made fun of for having a bad first touch, has 66. Haaland is not a very contemporary number 9 either, as far as defense goes, giving virtually nothing. Throughout the season, he has only won 2 tackles and just 44 times he has regained possession for his team. To put things in perspective, Joshua Zirkzee has 88 ball recoveries for Bologna. Naturally, the most striking thing is how little Haaland sees the ball. This season, he is at 777 ball touches, matching the record held by former Manchester United and current Hoffenheim player Wout Weghorst. Naturally, Sudan has maintained that Haaland still does his primary duty of scoring goals and that none matters. However, it is necessary to ask inquiries. Sudan's primary counter-argument seems that Haaland's sole duty at City is to secure goals, even if he conceded that Norwegian number 9's link-up play could be cleaner. Any additional contributions are a bonus unrelated to his work duties. Number 3, technical skills. Although it's not a significant flaw, Haaland's first touch may be improved for someone with his precise and clean technical talent. He can bring the ball down in ways that even the most agile gymnast could only imagine due to his exceptional flexibility. Despite being a substantial 6 feet 4 inches tall, Haaland has only secured 22 of his 288 goals with his head. Do you recall the comment about his gangly flexibility? This motivates him to use his feet to locate the net at absurd angles and to graze, instead of relying just on his vision. Number 4, hold-up play. Haaland is on a Sam Ilargi squad. Imagine that. Imagine West Ham versus Haaland. With his build and physical talent, playing with his back to the goal? Whoa, what a group! This is yet to be the approach used to his growth. Instead, he has been almost exclusively needed to play on the last line and locate space inside the box. Though his assist totals are excellent, you can't dispute the outcomes and statistics. This strategy has undoubtedly affected his ability to bring others into the game. Number 5, mobility. You want to be someone other than the one defending Haaland when he gets a tiny opening to move into. Undoubtedly, Haaland may be eliminated from games, but this is primarily because of the opposition's potent lineup. It has nothing to do with his deft footwork or his poaching tendency. In addition, his mobility in and out of the box is superb, but his sheer presence on the field is enough to keep defenders busy. Haaland's quick reflexes and astute game reading allow him to consistently find space in crowded penalty areas. Well, then, what's the actual problem? What do you think? Tell us in the comments. Although Haaland has an extraordinary knack for scoring goals when the situation calls for it, there are other problems with his striker abilities. Instead, it is more to do with his not bothering himself as much as he should in those peculiar games when he gets picked out. Although Haaland has the tools to accomplish everything in the box, City will encounter many deep blocks, so there should be no reason for someone of his size, speed, or mobility to barely get a sniff. League 2 analogy. The League 2 analogy was deemed ridiculous by Chris Sudon in his BBC Sport column and considered a bit far-fetched by Rio Ferdinand and Five's official YouTube channel. However, the fact that neither player vehemently defended Haaland's all-around game was telling. Ferdinand said that this has always been the case with Haaland. His all-around game has never been something anyone's marveled at, the former Manchester United defender remarked. I've never ever sat there and thought, wow, his hold to play is immense. He gets it in and brings other people in the game. His whole game is finishing, in and around the 6-yard box and penalty box or running onto things when he runs onto stuff from the halfway line. That's it. The other parts of his game always needed work. How many times did we watch him earlier last season when he was on his goal-scoring run? He had 8, 10, 12 touches in a game? Ferdinand is also correct. Haaland's lack of participation has been apparent since his early days at the Etihad. What are your thoughts? Share them with us in the comments. Less goals, more scrutiny. Haaland touched the ball 8 times in the 4-0 thumping of Bournemouth on August 13, 2022, matching the record Premier League low established by Romelu Lukaku while he was a striker for Chelsea the previous year. Of course, it made no difference in the league scheme of things. After some outstanding build-up play, City finally found the striker they needed in Haaland, who scored 52 goals in their treble-winning season. So, concerns about his overall impact were put to rest. Haaland could have been more productive this season, though. Although he has still 29 goals overall, he has a 20% shooting conversion rate and has missed more big chances than any other player in the Big 5 leagues of Europe. Because Haaland has yet to have many genuinely exceptional qualities when you remove his incredible strike rate since he was a youngster. Fewer goals would inevitably lead to more criticism of his play. Well, your wait is over. The code for the PSN card giveaway is RP25UTM363PA. Make sure you use it, but don't go, we're not done yet. What does Pep Guardiola have to say about all this fiasco? Will he be able to improve Haaland's game? First off, has Haaland really been better since joining Manchester City? Has his game changed in any way? Although Pep Guardiola has a strong track record of developing players, it is reasonable to note that he has acknowledged he cannot teach Haaland how to score goals. However, is the 22-year-old striker going to improve in other areas of the game if his only job at the Etihad is to hit the back of the net? A former Scotland striker, Alan McCoist, doesn't think so. The claim made the previous season that Haaland was the finest player Guardiola has coached since Lionel Messi was ridiculed by him. Guardiola defended Haaland, saying the striker had nothing to do with his team's lack of goals. I do not agree with him, absolutely not. He's a manager for the 2nd or 3rd league. I don't think so, said Guardiola. He's the best striker in the world and he helped us win what we won last season. The reason why we didn't create many chances versus Arsenal was not Erling. It's that we need more presence in the final third with more people. We played an exceptional game. I reviewed the game against Arsenal, but we missed more people in the final third maybe for the quality and skills that we have. Erling is exceptional, further added. I'm surprised this came from a former player. From journalists I can understand. Never been on the pitch, but former players is always a surprise. It's like the referees when they retire, they criticize the referees. While Keane is correct that Haaland's all-around game still needs to be on pace with the best in the world, comparing the City star to a League 2 player must be incorrect. Do you think Haaland has the skill set of a League 2 player? Have a look at that video I selected for you.